Hello friends, it's Laura. Happy Wednesday. I have a haul video for you today. Yay! I'm excited about it. And there's a really exciting bonus haul at the end. So you can either hang out and see all the amazing stuff now and at the end, or fast forward to the end if you want. But you don't want to do that. You want to see all this cool stuff that I found. Okay, so the first thing I found, perfect for the end of June when my car absolutely did not say 104 degrees on the dashboard, is this sweater, acrylic sweater, right? So cute. It is really cute. I love it. But it's so hot. So isn't that adorable? Here's the tag. And this was $4. It was not on sale, but it's adorable. I plan on putting that away until September because like I said, just the thought of putting that on my body makes me want to die because it's so hot outside. But also, I don't know that I have enough stuff for my show tomorrow. We'll see how this all plays out. Okay. It's an adventure every week. Next up is this very sweet little nightgown. This is a robe, not a nightgown. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot. I forgot to do the hanger thing again. So, but it's cute and it's very sheer, which is pretty. I think it's nice. And this lace pattern is really nice as well. Little eyelet lace. That's pretty. There is a tag on this. It's fun to look at. I haven't heard of this brand before. It's Aviva by Eiffel or Eiffel by Aviva, one or the other. Oh, it's not focusing, but you kind of get the idea there. So I'm not familiar with it. Does not mean anything. This was $4. I got several sort of nightgowny robe type of pieces like this. I think that some of them definitely need soaking, if not need to be dyed. So I don't know that they'll be able to make it in the show tomorrow either, which is problematic because I need things for the show tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Next is another nightgown. It's the same brand. I don't think it goes with that robe though, but it's really pretty. It's got these little tie top shoulder straps and then this sort of shirred bodice. And then here's sort of a better close-up view. Hold on, hold please. There we go, right? So that's pretty. I do think it's lost a little bit of its stretch from what it originally would have had, but it's still really pretty. And this, I feel like I saw a spot somewhere on the skirt of this. So again, like ideally, I wouldn't put it in my whatnot show. Ideally, I would just dye this some sort of fabulous fucking color. But like I said, I need inventory. We'll see what happens. I don't know. All right, next up, another fucking sweater. I got a lot of sweaters today. I mean, it's just what happens, right? This is a sweater dress. It's very cool. My plan, of course, is to put this away until September. But look at that graphic. It's so awesome. It does have a belt in the back there. So it's really cute. And this was $2.50, which I love. This is also acrylic. I'm not familiar with this brand either, but the tag is really pretty. So very fun. Love that. Love the color. It is a lighter weight sweater, but still. We are not doing any sweaters right now, ideally, right? All right, next up is next up is jeans, but these are for my boyfriend, so we don't need to look at those. They're just Gap jeans. I forgot to give them to him when I got home. Let's see. This nightgown is so pretty. I don't know. Oh, I think it goes like this. So obviously this yellow color, adorable. I love this little like sort of crossed lace at the waist, little puff sleeves, and it is a bit longer. This is sort of a crepey feeling fabric. And let me see, I'll give you a nice little view of the eyelet lace again. I feel like when I come up closer, it helps with the lighting. For some reason, it's very sunny out, but it's not like it looked very shadowy on camera. So I did white balance stuff, but it doesn't adjust now when I move or whatever, which is both good and bad. You don't care about that. Why am I babbling about that? Anyway, it makes it show up weird. I thought I saw a tag in this. Oh, there it is. The tag is really cute. That's why I want to show it to you. Look at this. How pretty is that? You know, it doesn't want to focus, but you get the idea. So cute. I don't know if I told you how much that was, and I already don't remember. I feel like it was like $4 or $5. So. All right, let's see. Next we'll go to this one. This is cute. I admittedly got this because it is a plus size and it's also sort of like muumuu caftan-esque, and I feel like that's always popular as well. So this is made by the brand Romans. The size on this is marked 80, so I don't know if that's supposed to be European sizing or what. Right, there's the tag. Here's the thing, right? So it's just very wide. So I feel like this is meant to be sort of, like I said, like sort of caftan-y, except it's got normal sleeves. So I don't know. And I know I've seen other stuff by Romans in the past. This does have a little tie belt on it as well. On both sides? Yes, on both sides. I've seen other stuff by Romans in the past that had like weird sizing. I had something else that was marked as like size 2A or something, or 6A, something that didn't make any sense to me. And their current size chart on their website does not help me. So it's just going to go by measurements. This was $3. I figure it was good. Like, I think it'll be a nice choice. We'll see. You know, I always model stuff on myself, which I know is not really helpful for plus size things, but that's what I've got. So sometimes that gives me a little bit of an idea of whether it is sort of okay to be like a little bit more caftan-y, or if it's supposed to be an actual like fitted dress, not fitted, but you know, like not just some big loose flowing garment. You know what I mean? Next, I got these pants. These have 0 tags on them, but they're very cool. They're high-waisted and tapered. They've got this fantastic stripe on them, which I really love. And no tags at all, which I know I already said. They have a snap closure though, and then this metal zipper, and just, I don't remember what this zipper said. The zipper is, I think it's marked Dove. You can just tell it's an older zipper. So that was kind of, the snap and the zippers were kind of my benchmark for it being older. Also, I really like these pockets. Like, you can't really tell that they're there, but it's like a slash pocket. And it's really nicely made, especially because I feel like these were probably pretty cheap jeans. But look how nicely that's made. I love that. Very cool. Oh my God, I'm so hot right now. All right, next. This very cute skirt. I think this is handmade. This was $4. Can you close, please? It's not going to do it for me. There we go. All right, it's just this little hydrangea print, sort of A-line skirt. And I can't remember actually if it has a tag or not. I feel like I saw a tag, but I might be making that up. It's a little bit larger. It has 1 pocket. So, but look how pretty that is. Oh, not hydrangea. Those are like chrysanthemums, I guess. And the zipper, you know, zipper. So it's cute. How much did I say this was? This was $4. Not bad. Holy shit. No wonder my hair fell. I only curled my hair like 2 days ago, something like that. Today's Wednesday. I think I took the curls down on Monday. So it's always like, it was like that big Bozo the Clown kind of situation. And it's already like, but it's because it's so fucking humid. Good God. All right, next. More nightgowns. This is a set, a 2-piece set that is in absolute ball. So it's by Miss Elaine, and here is the nightgown. Very pretty little raspberry color. And, you know, it's just a cute little nightgown. Got that little butterfly looking lace in the center. This set was, I don't know yet, $5, so not bad. Miss Elaine, you know, long. That's the gown, and then the robe is probably exactly what you would expect. Just this sort of like silky-ish. The tie is all jacked up on this one side here, so let's see. You know, it's one of these. It's just a very basic little robe that matches, so yay is that. I thought the color was pretty, and obviously I like the nightgown part. The robe is fine, you know, but all right, let's see. Next. Oh my God. Okay. This thing is ludicrous. And if you want to die of heat stroke, put this on right now. Honestly, if you want to die of heat stroke, you could probably put this on in October and still die of heat stroke. But look at this fucking thing. So these are the pants, because this is a 2-piece set. These are the pants. And let's see. I don't know yet. It's lined with this because heat stroke. Here's the tag. Not very exciting. That's the only tag in these pants. Absolutely ludicrous. Like a human disco ball wrapped in cellophane from the inside. Who would do this to themselves? But young people can handle it, I think. And this is the jacket. Insane. I don't even know how I'm going to model this thing because honestly, I think like I might pass out. This is what the sequins all look like. So I almost, I wasn't quite sure. Those tags aren't super helpful. I feel like this tag is a little bit, I don't know if you noticed the difference in the tags, and I already threw the other thing across the room, but this tag made me think like, yeah, it's probably vintage. I mean, like 90s vintage, it's not like 70s or anything, because 70s, the sequins would have been a lot thicker and overlapping, I think, but this is still pretty fun piece. So there's that. And I tossed it and forgot how much it was. Max $8. I don't think it was even that much, but I'm not sure. All right, let's see. Here's another bucking sweater, but it's so cute. Look at this ridiculous thing. This thing is nuts. Isn't that adorable? It's only the front though. There's nothing on the back, but this is made out of lamb's wool, Angora, and nylon. So mostly lamb's wool, a little Angora, and it has that sort of Angora feel to it. These sequins are a little better. See? Nifty keen. It was $5, as you can see, and here's the tag. So again, probably getting put away for September. We'll see. Desperate times today. And while we're on the topic of sweaters that have sequins all over them, another one. Isn't this ridiculous? I love this. This is so cute. All these little sequiny guys. And then it's also kind of like embroidered and beaded or whatever. Is there beading? Yeah, there's some beads. There's no tag on this, which is okay. This was $4. And it's got some embellishment on the back. We know that I love some good all over embellishment. Makes me mad when they just do the front. I don't like it. This is really cute. So probably getting put away for September. We'll see how desperate I am. All right, let's see. We have another pair of ridiculous pants. These are very cool. Both of these pants, the stripy ones with the snap that I showed you a few minutes ago, and then these other stripy ones with the snap. These are both pretty small. I haven't measured them, but I'm guessing like 26, 27-inch waist. But look at this, these purple stripe, amazing. And these, look at that leg. Isn't that pretty? So these are very cool. And again, we've got like this sort of snap and the metal zipper, 0 tags. So little metal zipper. This snap has little horseshoes on it. So cute. And this has 0 pockets on the back. It does have front pockets, but Anyway, these pants are really adorable. I think they're so much fun. I think these will sell immediately, but we'll see. I don't know. I am often incorrect. All right, next. What is this thing? Oh, more lingerie. This is like run-of-the-mill, but goofy, but I like it. These are just like little split, like shorty slip kind of thing. I think these are so cute. I love these as like pajamas. In fact, I have a pair. I don't know that I have seen them in a long time. Like a lavender. I have a lavender pair somewhere. I don't know where they are. This was $4, and these are made by Olga. All right. These are a little older, maybe 70s. I don't think that there's, yeah, I think they've got to be 70s. So, but they're embroidered tags. So Olga, and then this tag is like just embroidered. It's just cool. Right. That embroidered tag says Bonwit Teller. So Bontel, I guess. Anyway, really cool. These were $4, which is kind of a lot, but it's really cute. And I like that's the back, but I like this like sort of lace trim at the split. Makes it look more like a slip. I think it's so cute, right? All right. Along the same lines, I got this black slip. So this I got because I like the lace work on it. This was $1. So That's a lot better. We like that. Let me see. What side is what? What side's what? It's just a black mini slip, and you can see it's got this like wide lace hem, but then it's got this like lace applique over on this side. The reason that I got this is because black slips with like some kind of lace or applique or anything like that, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when you bleach them, the lace or the embroidery or the trim turns like a great either like rusty orange, or as I've had one time, it turned like this great maroon color. Really cool. So I want to try and do that with this slip. So worst case scenario, it kind of doesn't do anything, which is crazy because you just pour it in some bleach and leave it sitting there overnight, and then it literally does not change color, and you're like, okay. So, all right, next. Next up is, all right, this dress I thought was cool. I couldn't find any information on it. I did find that it's a brand that exists. It seems to be an Australian brand, and all of the tags I found were very different from this and seemed more modern. They made this seem more, a little bit older, I'm guessing 90s. Here's the dress. It's like got a velvety feel, and it's a long bodycon, very long dress. Obviously long sleeve, great, you know, and this reminds me a lot of like 90s stuff. And then it's got this sort of texture, you know, like a velvety velour. The brand is called Perucci, and it says made in Australia on the bottom. Right, there's the tag. I didn't find a whole bunch of stuff at all. Some of the things I did find were coming up on eBay, and they were in Australia currently. So, you know, whatever. I think it's great for whatnot. I mean, I think it's great in general. I think it's a great 90s dress. But, you know, whenever you see something like that, I just like to confirm. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, well, for me, it's harder to know like 90s and later. Sometimes I can't quite tell. This was $4. So I also thought like, seems great. And I thought it was a great dress. I love it. So that's cool. Probably also too hot for June, but that is going in the Whatnot show because something has to go in the Whatnot show. Do you know what? Like, God, 30 somethings need to go in the Whatnot show. This thing is so cute. I love this. I'm very excited about this. This was a fucking $1.50. Now, first of all, I know it looks like a dog sweater. It's not a dog sweater. It's very stretchy. Obviously, as you can tell, you can probably feel this by looking at the camera. It is very acrylic. It's going to be so cute on. Oh, I'm excited. So, and the colors are great. And I don't think there's a tag, but this is like one of those yarns, like you're looking at it and you're like, oh, that's like 70s. Yeah, there's no tags. It's so cool though. And it was $1.50. So like, what are you going to do? Right? So anyway, very cool. Love this. Okay. Next, this one I wasn't sure about, but I got it because desperation, you know. So this is vintage Land's End. Again, 90s. I don't know, maybe 80s, but I'm going to call it 90s. It's made in the USA. So Land's End. And there's a solid embroidered tag. And it's one of these things, right? These like teachery kind of, in fact, yeah, the 90s, teachery kind of dresses. I think the flower print is really pretty. I love that. And I believe it's 100% cotton, 50-50 cotton polyester. It feels very cottony. This is one of those things. Oh, it's got pockets. I know that there are people who like these dresses. I don't understand it. So it's hard for me when I see them. Like I've seen other resellers talk about it and they love them. They're like, hey, they get excited. It's not my jam, so it's hard to be enthusiastic about. I do love the print on this. I got it. We're going to try it out. We'll see what happens. This was $3.50 for me. Hopefully it will sell. I mean, it will sell eventually somewhere. Hopefully it sells in the Whatnot show. Otherwise, eventually it gets listed to Etsy and all that. We'll see. All right, this thing is really cute. And I know, again, it probably had some kind of dress or something that it went with. I couldn't find it. And I don't care. I got the thing anyway. So this does have a website on it. But I don't know. I want to say 90s, but really websites weren't a thing on clothing, especially probably until the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. So I don't know. It's got a very 90s vibe to it, I think. That's the tag. And it just says pyramidcollection.com. So, you know, the thing is that like the internet was really like like the mid 90s is when it was becoming really commonly used in homes and stuff. So typically you didn't see clothing brands that even had a website necessarily. Look at the back of this though, that ladder back. Maybe I should just call this Y2K because like, I don't really know for sure. Anyway, I think this is so cool though. I love the flower print. But you know, websites didn't necessarily even have, I mean, brands didn't necessarily have websites, and then they certainly weren't putting them on their tags in the mid 90s. So this probably is more like 2000s. But it's so cool and I love it. All right. Was that an accurate history of internet? No. Okay. Just my memory. This is just for me. I'm always terrible about this stuff. I got this. This is just a little bralette that I got. It's Jockey brand, and this is like 90% organic cotton. So we're going to see if I like it. I don't know, but it's a cheap, it was $1. So, you know, you don't care about that though, but I do. I liked it. Okay. Ooh, you guys, so many cute pieces. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me show you this. This is another nightgown. I think I've got 2 more nightgowns in here. And this was $6. This one I think is the one that needs some soaking. The tag is really cute. Oh, I love that. And then, sorry, I got to get the straps untwisted. It's so pretty. Oh, it's not gonna, the light's being weird. Let's see. All right, so we've got that very pretty shoulder. Then we've got all that going on. This you can't see because I've got the lighting all fucked up, but this is just like a very pale, like this color pink, blush pink. It's really pretty. Yeah, that's a little better. It's really cute. I feel like it's got, yeah, there's like a bunch of stains on this. So I'm going to have to soak this. I don't want to dye this one necessarily. I mean, if I can't get the stains out, it's a good dye candidate, but I'm going to try and just soak it first. So probably not in tomorrow's show, sadly. And then there's this one. This one I think is so pretty, but this one, it looks like, this one almost looks like it was white and maybe somebody tried to dye it and it came out like a weird gray, like it didn't really take the dye. Like I think even, yeah, like see how like even this, the top is like a different color. This is like bluish white and this is yellowish white. It's weird. So I don't know what happened with this. I want to try and do something to it. I'll soak it first, but this is another one that I think it would be really cool dyed. Because all this lace and everything will be so neat. Maybe if I hold it up over here. I mean, it's whatever, you can get the idea, right? It's really pretty. And then I'll show you the lace up close because I like it, right? It's still blowing out too much. There we go. That's better. So that's nice. And then the tag in this, is it another Eiffel? No, this is Fantasy Lingerie. Fantasy Lingerie. So this is cute, but just the coloring is weird. It's like it got stuck in gray dishwater, you know, so I don't understand what's going on there, but I got it anyway. So probably not going to end up in the show. This is a very sparse show tomorrow. I'm in trouble. Okay. The remaining things I have in this bag are really cool. Some favorite pieces. First is this little sweater. 70s. I love this. So awesome. Let's see. Here's the tag. What's that say? Creations Mary, it's in Spanish. It was made in Madrid, Spain, Spanish. It was $1.50 because my life is amazing sometimes. Look at that. So cool. Feels acrylic. Amazing. Love it. And the next one, this is very similar. Is it also, this one is probably made in USA. So fucking cool. Look at this thing, man. I love this. If these were different colors, like oranges and browns are not really my jam. If these were like blues or pinks or obviously purples, I would be very tempted to keep this. Here's the tag. So cute, papery tag. It's got little button things there. And this was $2. Like, I Freaking love it. Amazing. Okay. And the two final items from my thrift trip today. Yep, two final items, but don't go anywhere after these because then I still got the surprise haul. I'm very excited about this. This is so pretty. This was $8, and that's okay because it's amazing. Let's see. Okay, so this has a liner, but the liner's not going to stay. This is like a little 50s, 60s era cocktail kind of dress. This black, whole bunch of lace. I feel like this is tinier, like 27-ish maybe on the waist. I don't know. There's a little metal zipper in the back there. And you can see it's got this lining thing so that it's not sheer. I didn't even look for a tag because honestly, I didn't care. I feel like it must not have had one. The dress was hung up on a hanger, but all unzipped as though someone else had been looking for a tag. If you care, here's the inner construction, right? So it's always fun to me. And I don't think there's a tag. We're going to take one little peek. In like older 50s, 60s dresses, a lot of times the tags are in the bottom half of the dress, but this one I don't see anything, which is not surprising, and it's fine, and it does not mean anything. I think this is so pretty. I love it. I suspect I'm not going to be able to model this one, but I'll give it a shot. Sometimes I can get it on and just can't zip it. So we'll see how it goes, but the hips will be a problem potentially. Anyway, so pretty, and that was $8. And then this last piece from today I have to get from underneath Rizzo because she's climbing in my bag now. This thing, so cool. Also not on sale, but this was $5. Hold on. Hold, please. Look at that. That was a nice little surprise. I love this. So, very cool. And this is probably like 70s. The tag looks a little bit like later, but the thing is so cool. Is it only one tag? Hold on. Yeah, there's no brand or anything. It's just this embroidered, like machine washing kind of tag, right? One of these guys. But it's such a cool dress. And the zipper is, it's nylon. I think it's a nylon Scoville zipper. You're not going to be able to read that because I can barely read it. Very cool though. So, you know, I got some cool stuff for Whatnot tomorrow. Those last two dresses, the three acrylic like 70s tops, those are really cool. The two pairs of stripy pants, the 90s stretch dress, those are all great. Probably the raspberry colored Miss Elaine set will go in this shop. But I mean, that's like 10 items, I think. I need 30, so that's distressing. But now, let me show you my second bonus haul. So on whatever day, it doesn't matter, Friday, I was going into Brooklyn because I had been seeing an advertisement on Instagram for something that they were calling themselves a vintage warehouse sale, advertising 21,000 pieces of inventory that were being liquidated. This is a company that does supplies wardrobe to movie studios and stuff like that, right? That's what all this was saying. Now, the sale had been going on for quite a while. It started, I think, in the middle of May and was still running. Their advertisements on Instagram were saying that they were running through either June 23rd, June 29th, or June 30th. I was seeing 3 different dates. They don't go on Instagram very much. I almost didn't go, but it was like 21,000 pieces of inventory. That's a lot. Like, you know, I didn't know what the pricing was going to be like, but I kind of suspected that I didn't think it was going to be like as low as what I get at my thrift store, but I was thinking, okay, if it's like 10, 20 bucks a piece, maybe I'll find items that are really great to list on Etsy or just for personal use. It was so disappointing. First of all, it's like a ride for me to get out to Brooklyn. I think it was like 45 minutes, which actually is pretty good for me to get out there. It cost me $20 just to get into the city because between the bridge tolls, tunnel tolls, whatever, and now they have like congestion pricing. So if you cut through this, you know, like certain parts of Manhattan, even if you're just driving through to get to Brooklyn, you get charged a surcharge for being in that area of Manhattan. So total $20 just to get over there. Okay. It took me forever to find parking. It was really disappointing. What I can gather is they had 21,000 pieces of inventory total to their name, but the woman said something referencing like 12,000 pieces of inventory. So I think that that's what they had been liquidating was like these 12,000 pieces. And I don't know if that would have changed my decision because 12,000 still sounds like a lot, but also whatever. Um, there was a lot of stuff that was roped off as sold, and the majority of that was stuff that I had been seeing in all of the Instagram reels and things like that. Everything in there was primarily modern, like 2000s. There was nothing in there that was very exciting to me. There were definitely some pieces that I might have gotten if I saw them in my thrift, but they would have been like, yeah, I'll get this. Like, it was not thrilling. And their prices were starting at least at like around $10. I almost got like one pair of tap panties, like, and they were legit like 40s, 50s, but I was so like frustrated and fed up and I just didn't do it. And I just left. So I was like, how can I salvage this trip to Brooklyn? I have a friend who lives in Brooklyn. So fortunately for me, I was able to get together with her and go to lunch, and that was lovely. But there's also some vintage thrift stores in Brooklyn that I love. I almost didn't go because, again, they were all like a half an hour drive from where I was at that time, which, it's just, and then the drive home was going to be a nightmare. So, but when I was done with lunch with my friend, my drive home was calculated as being over 2 hours. So I was like, oh, fuck this, man. I'm not doing this. So the drive to one of my thrift stores that I like was, I think, like 25 minutes or something. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go there and hopefully the traffic home will be a little bit better when I'm done. So I went there, and I'm so glad that I did because the pieces I found were amazing. Aren't you glad you listened to that whole story? The place that I went is called Beacon's Closet, and it's a buy-sell trade store. And they have several locations, but this one particular location has a very heavy vintage selection. They're so good. I'm always so happy when I go there, but because it's such a fucking nightmare, drive time, tolls, and everything to get out there, I don't like doing it. And as you'll see, the prices are a lot more expensive than what I'm used to paying. So none of this is going on Whatnot, unless I'm so desperate for tomorrow that I end up throwing something in there, but it will be higher priced if I do, but I don't know. Anyway, I'll start showing you. Okay, I think I got 10 items. I spent a total of $250. So they averaged out to $25 per item, but I'll tell you what the actual per item prices were because they vary. First up is this shirt that has the most amazing dagger collar. This was $16. And let's see. So, oh, its sleeves are inside out. Hold on, please. Oh, please. So sorry. This thing is so freaking cool. Look at that collar. Makes me like aggressively excited. The color is fantastic. And it's printed with all these little stars. And you look at that fabric. You can tell. You can tell. You look at it and you're like, that's vintage. I know it's vintage. So cool. I don't think there's any tags in this. This is amazing. I did try it on briefly. And this is going to be like, oh, here, there is a tag. It's marked medium. It's not a medium at all. This is going to be like an extra small or a small. I feel like even around my bust, it didn't quite want to stay buttoned. So I feel like probably extra small there because I'm on the smaller side of small in the bust department. But anyway, so cool. I love that piece. So that. Next, this is stunning and I love it. This is a vintage Vanity Fair nightgown. Hold on, I got to untie this bow a little bit. This is beautiful. Is this new? Oh, no, I don't think so. This was $22. Look at this absolute confectionery dream. It's so pretty. So I paid $22. I did do some very brief comps on this once I got home because I didn't do any comps in the store because I didn't care. For $22, it was fucking coming home with me. There's a couple of colors, like there's some really pretty pink ones of this online. I used the Gem app to search for these, just the blue script tag that doesn't want to focus, but you get the idea. Some of these were listed, like the pink ones are like a hot pink color. It's really cool. They were listed really high. I can't remember how much, a lot higher. There were some black ones as well. Some of these were all over the place. I can't remember exactly the range of pricing, but I am most likely going to price this, I mean, probably around 100, 130, something like that. I'll see. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And the other thing is that some of the similar items to what I have, just the presentation is not great. So I know that me modeling it will help a lot. It's just so pretty. I love it. Okay, let's see. Next. All right, next I'll show you these pants, even though I'm super excited. Like, you know, I like to save the really amazing stuff for last. But this is, everything in here is really amazing. So, and I can't make decisions. So here we go. These pants are fucking amazing. I love these. These are men's pants, or should I say they were men's pants because they're not anymore. Little wide leg rainbow plaid. These are fucking phenomenal. These fit me. I tried them on once I got home. I didn't really look in a mirror. The only problem I have is that the length is a little short on me, and a pant like this, I feel like it might look goofy being too short, but I'm not positive. I feel like I want to keep these. They are polyester, and I don't do well with polyester, but they're rainbow plaid pants. Here's the tag, David Smith. And then there's that guy, right? I mean, just come the fuck on with these pants. They're so good. And these were $30. The other thing is too, they do this crap. They write as is on the tag, but then they don't tell you why. So I'm like looking all over. I'm like, what's the as is for? Because first of all, isn't everything you're selling as is? You know what I mean? Like, it's all secondhand stuff. So usually it's because there's something jacked, but I couldn't find anything wrong with it. So I don't know why they do that. It frustrates me because they don't do it on everything. Anyway, these are really cool. Love them. Don't know that I will be selling them because I love them. Next up, more awesome pants. These I have not tried these on, but I'm sure I'll sell them. These were $35. But not only are they green satin, do they stretch? I don't think so. No, not stretch. Green satin. They're very wrinkled though, as you can see. New old stock. And there's that tag there. So incredible. Now, these, like I said, $35, new old stock. But, because of course there's a but, they had been hemmed, this very wide hem here, which you can see I took down. But when I took it down, this is what I found underneath. So I took it down because on me, they were stupidly short, and they're like a slimmer straight leg, right? So I thought it looked really dumb. I didn't think it looked cute, capri, it looked dumb, I thought. So I took it down. In fact, let me see. I don't know how, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do that to you. I was going to see, oh, forgot about this. The little Sasson, that guy, so cute. Anyway, I think these were men's pants, and again, not anymore. I haven't tried them on. I kind of took them down. I mean, I took them down because I think it looks better longer, but I'm going to have to re-hem that seam, and I'm going to try and just work with what's there, you know, because I can't do like I don't trust myself enough to put in a new hem. So I'm just going to work with what's there, which is not a whole lot, and we'll see how it goes. But these are so freaking cool. I love these so much. $35 fucking dollars. So you can see why this is not like a regular sourcing location for me. But again, for Etsy, not bad. I mean, it's not great. Would I rather pay $4? Obviously, but I'm getting like the choices there. It's like a fucking wonderland. I mean, there's so many things that I left behind. You know, it's just, all right, let's see. I'll go with these guys next. These were cute. I kind of got these hoping they would fit me, but they're not going to. These are adorable though. Patchwork shorts. Look at that. They're so cute. These were $13. So let's see. And then here is the tag. So sadly, I did like, I mean, I love them for resale too. Like, but I don't know. I really love them. They are cute. And they're $13 is like, ooh, it's just $13. You know what I mean? Like, that's cheap. But I don't know. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh, I wish I hadn't gotten them. But if I had realized that they weren't going to fit me, I don't know why I wouldn't realize it. I mean, yeah, they're not going to fit me. Not now. It's possible if I lose weight, but I haven't been doing real good with that. So, all right, next up, there's so many. Okay, I'll show you this one. This is very pretty and I love it, but I admit that I got it because it's a little bit larger. This was $18 and obviously so pretty. And this is sheer pastel floral. Like, I think it's so gorgeous, but compared to a lot of the other stuff that was there was stuff I definitely probably liked better. But because it was a little bit larger, I decided to get it because I don't get stuff that's, you know, especially like 70 shirts and stuff. I got a couple other 70 shirts in here that are so cute, but they're small, you know? Holy fuck, so hot. Okay. Let's see. You know, I don't even know. Everything is so phenomenal. Okay. I will show you this one. This is so cool. Look at this fucking thing. Like, I love this. Also polyester. Like, tragically, sweatingly polyester. This was $35. So expensive, but look at this collar. I don't know why. This $35, I think, is like, I like to reserve that for like holy fucking shit, right? And I went back and forth on this shirt a lot because I love it, but I was like, $35 is a lot. But there was something about this print or whatever. I just was like, I really like it. So obviously I got it. There are so many choices, you know, it's so good. There's that tag. So, but 35 is a lot. So you can see why it's not going to go on Whatnot, because I could put this on Whatnot. I could list it on Whatnot starting at $70. I don't think that people are going to be drawn to it though for $70, especially not in my current show format. You know, that's not what people come to my shows for. They come to my shows for $15 starts, not $70. And is it out of the realm of possibility that I can put something in my show that's like phenomenal and has a higher start and it would sell? Like, that's definitely possible, but I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter because it's going on Etsy. Then I've got this one, which, like, look at this fucking colors on this. Insane. Insane, and I love it. Here's the collar. Again, we got some daggery business going on. This one was $17. Oh, there is a tag, yes. $17. And, you know, just, this one's nylon, not polyester. Doesn't matter. Just like a, you know, washing instructions tag, but like this color is just incredible. I love this. Look at that. Oh. This is, I know I'm not holding it up right, but it's so freaking cool. Love it. All right, let's see. Next, I guess I'll show you this shirt, and then this shirt is so, it's tiny, like extra small to small maybe, but it's so freaking cute. This one was $25. So very polyester, but look at it. I love this so much. Look at how cute this is. The little like farm stuff on it. I love that so much. It's so adorable. So cute. So cute. Does it have a tag? Did I show you? I did not show you. Oh, come on, tag friend. It doesn't want you to see it. It's shy. Lori Lynn. So cute. And then my final piece, very excited. So this was another, I think this one was $40. This one was $40, but it's awesome. I did find this available for sale. Several of them available for sale, ranging in price from like $250 up to like $988 or something insane. I think that $988 is crazy town. Okay. I am going to probably try and list mine in the $250 range. I think that mine is maybe like a little bit like a small, maybe a medium, whereas some of the, I was seeing a lot of extra smalls. Let me just show you. So here's this thing. It's Rizzo just jumped down and wiggled you, so I'm sorry. Here's this thing, right? So cool. Look at that print. But can you guess my favorite part of it? The jumpsuit. I love a jumpsuit. You know I love a jumpsuit. It's so freaking cool. It's got the gold braid and look how wide that jumpsuit leg is. That's crazy. I love it. So there are many of these available online, but I think that if I list mine around around the $250 mark as well. Plus, I'll be modeling it. There are other people modeling theirs, but most of the modeled ones, well, maybe not. There might have been like a fair number of modeled ones, but I think it's very reasonable. Like I said, that was kind of the lowest I saw. I know the lowest at that price was extra small and possibly not modeled. I don't remember. But I feel like 250 is very comfortable. I paid 40, so I'm still making great money on that. And it's fucking amazing looking. I love it so much. Now, theoretically, something like this, I could probably put this into a Whatnot show for like $80. And I do feel like it would sell, if not in the first show I put it in, maybe like the following week. But I don't know that it would get bid up. One of the things I thought of after this visit was it would be feasible for me to build a little bit of a model where I go to this location and get higher end vintage pieces on a regular basis and do like Whatnot shows based around that. But I would either have to be going in to Brooklyn like once a week. I can't do that. Or I would have to go like maybe once a month and really have a lot of money to do that with. And not totally out of the realm of possibility. I mean, it is like currently, like I would have to build up to it, I think. But all of these things would also be like, all of these things would also be at a higher dollar start, obviously. But I think that's a business model that could work. I think if I had an entire Whatnot show full of pieces like I just showed you, I could easily start them higher. I see tons of sellers who do it. They just have a lot more financial resource and a lot more space. They have a lot more inventory on hand to be able to do that with. I don't really have that. I absolutely come across pieces like this in my regular thrifting. It's just not in this quantity as regularly, you know? So I feel like that's something I'm going to think about. I'm not ready to jump into that because it's a bigger expense and definitely a much bigger utilization of time for me. Plus this store, they don't have like a fucking cart at all. They don't have like even hand baskets, which would be useless for me. And everything they do is on wooden hangers. So I've got this armload of like 20 things on these wooden hangers. My arm was sore for like 2 days afterwards. It was terrible. And then they don't really have a great space to kind of like hang out and sort through things at the end. But I could figure all that out. You know what I'm saying? So it was really good. I'm so excited about the pieces that I got there. They're not going on Whatnot, but I'm super pumped about them. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that very long haul video, 48 minutes. I guess that's kind of normal. I need to obviously get to work, not only putting all this shit into Whatnot, but also figuring out what else I'm going to put into Whatnot. It's going to be a little bit desperado today. We're going to see how it goes. I always end up surprising myself. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed all the very pretty goodies that I showed to you today. And thanks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.